scheduling I don't have the term yet for it, but a one day, a full day. I'm going to try to find a location. I have one in mind where we can basically have a series of stations where people can learn how to operate an HF radio, build an antenna, solder, and other things. So I'm going to be asking for people who have the expertise in certain areas to come forward and basically take responsibility for a station. So look for that in Groups.io. Think about something you want to share with the group. And I don't have a date yet. I'm just putting this together as an idea for a activity. It will be way after, it won't be near a field day. It'll be sometime in the fall. But also just to bring up for those who are making the transition from, let's say, VHF to HF, or other transitions, or want to increase their skill levels. It's just a sort of a day to get that knowledge. So thanks. And if you have any ideas for any activities, any presentations, or want to give one, of course, feel free to give me an email. Thanks a lot.
Awesome. Okay, gotcha. Okay, thank you, David, for that. We got next up is the radio officer. Al.
And notice I'm walking this week. That's even after the swap meet. A lot better than the last meeting. Okay, I don't have too much to report for the repeater. Everything's working fine with this beautiful weather we're having and getting warmer. I'm hoping that the snow is melting up on the site so we can get back up there. There's some work that's got to be done. Primarily, we're going to be removing the bear's inner tie out of the side up there. They're no longer using that, so that's going to have to be moved out of the site. So bears are wanting to get with us to do that. We sold a little bit of equipment at the swap meet from that was donated to us from PSRRG. Well, actually, it came as part of our turnover of the whole package of PSRRG, some spare equipment and stuff that's not going to be used, so we sold it in the country store. Repeater's working fine. Everything's seeming to be going along, so we're happy. We're going to have a, I know we're in a repeater committee, but a little bit later on, we're going to start having repeater club meetings via Zoom here and start getting some ideas on where we wish to go with the repeaters that we have and the work we got going on. So we got a lot of work and a lot of learning to do up there with the current systems, and then see what we want to replace and modernize and upgrade. So Steve and I are working on that, and we getting together with the rest of the repeater committee. That's all I have.
Still working on this. Okay, you ready to go? And next up, we have the VP, Steve.
I will get another sign-up sheet going around. Okay, so we'll go ahead and approval of the last month's club general meeting minutes. All those in favor, as the previously printed in the relay. Okay, any opposed? All right, thank you. All right, I have 3 memberships for approval today. We'll go with Ash. I believe you are here. Okay, thank you. KK7GFG, you are out of Buckley. Retired Army, currently an aerospace quality engineer. Holds a general class license, is an ARL member. And would you like to come up here and tell us something briefly about yourself for the club.
Well, for one, it's good to be here. I've been in Washington for about 10 years and just got back into ham radio. So in 1994, I had my Tech Plus and I was KD4KXO, and I was excited about that, and life happened and my license, I let it expire. And I did SWL for years and scanners and all. So I've got a house full of antennas and radios and all this stuff. And my wife's like, something's got to happen. So then we moved to Buckley and got an acre of land, and there's trees everywhere, and we got a big attic, and I was like, it happened. So yeah, life is good for radios. But I got back into ham radio. I said that's where my heart is just in anything with an antenna connected to it. I mean, that's just who I am. Yeah. And I said, a couple of you heard me on the repeater every once in a while, but I try to get on there, but it's a little different when you don't know anybody. So now that if I am voted in, I'll see some faces and we'll see a lot more of me. Thank you guys.
Thank you. All right. John, KE70XR. Are you here? Are you on? Okay. All right. So let's see. You were referred by Daniel Stevens. We will not hold that against you. Let's see. A league member, you hold a general class license. And would you like to come up here and tell us something briefly about yourself? Briefly. You were fine.
I'm really not
If you
new.
can come over here, John, because you've got all the microphones. So that
Hello. Yeah, I'm John Dawson, KE70XR, and I reside down at my wife and I reside down at the River Estates in Auburn, and I believe our next meeting will be held down there on a trial basis and see how you like it and everything. I think you'll love it. But I was a member of Mike and Key back in 2007, I think it was. And then I got involved with the Auburn Valley Repeater Group and emergency communications down there. And I just didn't have enough time to share with you folks. So Robert and Daniel Stevens came down to our park a couple weeks ago, and we did a class or did some testing for some folks that were looking for their technician class licenses. And so we decided to try to see if we could get management to let us have a Mike and Key meeting down there to check it out, see how you folks liked it. Got the approval, and we're going to be doing that next month. So check out the parking and see how everything goes. But I think you'll love it. Like I said, I'm still with the Auburn Emergency Communications Group, and I'm the trustee of our repeater K7SYE, which we use to support the city of Auburn. So, I got some other information that we can talk about later. You don't want to hear it all now, but yeah, thank you. Any questions? Good. Thank you.
All right, and the last one I have is, I'm going to slaughter the name, Wilhelm? KK7KAS, you're online, I believe.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so, sorry, here, he is a general member, there is a general class call, and now technology is failing me. Okay, interested in attending field day, interested in a bunch of committees.
Yeah.
And if you would like to tell something briefly about yourself.
Okay. Yeah. So, hi everybody. Very briefly, that's me. Just kidding. Yeah. Thanks
Walt,
for-
you need to hold off. They need to connect the audio. Try it again.
Hello.
Go
Can
ahead.
you guys hear me? Yeah. Okay. Hi everyone. So thanks for letting me join this meeting, and looking forward to see if I can get approval to participate in the club. I am recently.
No, I can hear him, so go ahead.
No, not there yet.
We can hear you in the Zoom. They're working on it in the room.
Okay.
Yeah, we can't hear you in the room. Go ahead, try again.
Okay. Can you hear me
All
now?
right, now you can.
Yep, good. All right. So very good. Just to recap, thank everybody for letting me participate in this meeting, and I'm looking forward to be a member of the club. I have recently acquired my license, passed it, now brand new, I would say very, very brand newbie here on the radio. Never had before, but glad to, to be able to get through the technicians and the general as well. Looking forward to meet you guys in person, as much as we can, and participate in the activities that the club has, contribute in any way that I can. And I'd like to give a special thanks to Dave to promote this class, the training, and have people engaged like I am now. So thank you, everybody.
You weren't. Hold on here. N7YD.
N7YD is pre-approved.
Okay, all right. Sorry, it wasn't on my. Okay, Mark, N7YD out of Redmond, is a software engineer, holds an extra class license, and is a league member. Would you like to come up and give a brief summary about yourself? Brief.
I want to hear his life story.
Okay.
Well, let's see,
Go
I was,
outside and talk with him.
so that begins at 1958, so. My name's Mark, I am N7YD, just got my extra class upgrade in January, and got my 1x2 call in February. Before that, I was N5EIH, and I had held that since 1981. Took a break on ham radio, but I'm getting back into it thanks to a friend up in Woodinville, and looking forward to getting involved in any way I can. I've been in the IT industry for 45 years, and I'm actually currently looking for a new job. That's it.
All right. Okay, we're going to do this a little bit out of order. I think we've got the Zoom. Does anyone here in the room have questions for any of our candidates right now? I want to do in the room first, and then we'll do the Zoom next. Not me, talk to them. And then Mike will be happy to see you at CW Beach. All right, any questions for the candidates from Zoom?
I have one. I have a second.
You want us to ask him now, or we can't hear you?
I think they're swapping audio.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
My question is, do any of the extras, are you also VEs? Do you plan to be VEs? We really need VEs in the community. I can't hear any response, so.
So
Okay.
I will speak for myself. This is Walt, KK7 KAS. I am not extra yet, but as soon as I become one, certainly I'll make myself available and want to participate.
So go ahead and contact me or AE7TD to learn how to be a VE. It's very easy. We can get you signed up within 24 hours.
Wonderful. Do you mind if you can repeat your call sign, please?
KJ7BIH, Kilo Juliet 7, Bravo India Hotel.
Thank you very much.
I also want to point out that the Mike and Key Club has a VE team, so I would appreciate you not pushing your Glarg VE team at the expense of my VE team, okay?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, let's. Yeah. Yes, they can. We have our own group. So, all right. So can we have the person that is,
Another question.
go ahead.
I asked this of all of our prospective members. One, have you heard of Field Day? And number two, what are you doing on the end of June?
Again, I will speak for myself. I will make sure I will make myself available.
Excellent.
All right. If we can have the person, can we have the person that is online move to the waiting room? And can we have the three prospective people join Mike over there? Mike is in the corner.
By the way, I think I now know I can freelance.
Yeah. Rent a VE, okay. Don't look for it to be posted on the Mike and Key site. All right. We will start. Ash, KK7 GFG. Any comments about him? Anyone know anything? Definitely.
Former Army, so I don't know. Yeah.
You're not going to hold that against him?
No,
You sure?
no, it's good.
He's good? Okay. All right. We're good. All right. And by a show of hands here in the room, all those in favor? All those opposed? Okay, thank you. Launch the vote. Okay, we're good. All right, we will move on. John Dawson, K70XR. Anyone know anything about John? John is one of the people that has volunteered his space, as he mentioned before, as an alternate location for here. So that is one of the things he has brought up to the board about that. So, anyone else know anything about him? All right, by a show of hands in the room, all those in favor? All those opposed? Okay, I'll launch the vote online.
Steve, I wanted to talk. This is Daniel.
Okay,
Somebody online wants to talk.
okay.
Steve, this is Daniel. I'm on online. Can you guys hear
Yep.
me? This is Daniel. Yeah, John is one of our key people down at the River Estates in Auburn where we plan to hold the next meeting. I've known him for years. He's had several different classes down in that facility. He's our person that's our host down there. He's been working with the Auburn Emergency Group for the city of Auburn for years. And Ivy, he'll probably go with their field day they held around Auburn. So I don't think he'll come out the Fort Flagler. He might, but I don't think he's going to come out there. But I think he's really a great addition. He's always a happy person, encouraging, and excited. I helped him get his general license, and he's opened the facility up for other classes also.
Okay. Thank you, Daniel. All right. KK7 KAS. It's a general class. Anyone know anything about him? Yes. Yes. I thought we already voted for OXR. We already did. Daniels came in after we'd already voted.
What was in my
Okay. All right. Any other comments about Walt? Okay. Any comments online? Okay. All right. All those in person, please raise your hand if you are in favor. All right. Any opposed? Okay. Thank you. Launch the vote online. Good. Okay. Next, Mark, N7YD. He is the extra class out of Redmond, the software engineer. Anyone know, have any comments about Mark, N7YD?
He's active on the
Anyone
social,
online? Okay. Ivy.
he's active on the social nets.
Okay.
Seems like a nice guy.
All right. All right. Those in person, please raise your hand if you're approving. Any opposed? Okay, thank you. Please launch the vote for online. All right. Would you please bring the people back in from Zoom and bring people back in, Mike? Yes. So those of you in person, please see Scott right over here as our treasurer to go ahead and pay dues. Those online, Scott will send you the appropriate information on how to pay dues.
I was going to say those people who haven't paid their regular dues or new people, please come and see me or visit the Mike and Key webpage under membership and you get the information to update the dues for the next year.
All right, I'm done. Bill, you're next.
Okay, thank you, Steve, for that, and congrats to the new members. We're glad to have you here with us. Let's see, next one. Let's see, relay editor, Mike, got anything for us?
Yeah, thanks for the contributions next month. I'm expecting lots of contributions next month. Could be a lot of stories.
All right, thank you, Mike. For those of you online, contribute. Be sure to contribute. I know you have stuff with the swap meet and stuff, so get those articles and pictures in. Okay, next. So now we move on to committee reports. We got membership. I think Manfred is online.
Yes.
Hold on one sec while we get your audio out.
Can you hear me already?
Yes.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Sorry I can't be there in person. Nothing special to report at the moment, but I certainly would like to congratulate all of our new members, Walt, Ash, John, and Mark. Thank you so much for joining, and congratulations.
Okay. Thank you, Manfred, for that. Once again, congrats to the new members. Facilities and publicity, is Jay online, do you know?
Yep, sure am.
I don't think so.
Yep, I'm here. Hello.
Oh, there you are.
Yep. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect. So, well, as many of you know, there's been a recent policy change with Salvation Army, which means that we need to try to track down a new location for having our in-person meetings. Many thanks to Manfred, Daniel, and John, who have, and a number of others who have helped to track down some potential new sites for us that we're investigating and will be trying out. As was mentioned earlier, our April meeting will be held at the Riverside Community Center, but I'll double check the name. In any case, the details will be coming out over the reflector for Groups IO, so that y'all have information for the in-person meeting in April. And then with the changeover of trustees, I'm sure that investigations will continue to move forward to look for new sites. So if you have any information about prospective sites, please send an email to facilities@mikeandkey.org. That's it for me.
Okay, great. Thank you for that, Jay, and looking forward to how our new facility is. Education and training, I believe we have, is Daniel Stevens here on the meeting? He's online? Okay. Hold on one sec while we get your audio up. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I'm here. This is Daniel.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, I've got several lineups for classes coming up. I don't have anything solidified at this point, but I will be doing that in the next couple of weeks. I got a request for a general class as well as other technician classes around the area. We've not got a location solidified for Issaquah yet. I've been dealing with the Issaquah Club as well as the emergency manager type person out there. So we will be having some more technician classes in the next couple of months. Back to you.
Thank you, Daniel, for that audio. All right, thank you. Let's see, public service, we got KD7 WND Robert. Come on up.
Okay, well, there's some events starting up in April, late April. They're in the listing in the booklet. There's some a little further away, a couple of road rallies, some pretty close by, the Walk MS events in Seattle and Everett, and a Whidbey Island marathon. And then things continue from there. In terms of the booklets, we have a very good supply left over, much more than I expected. We only printed 1,500, which is about half of what we used to print, but I still have, I gave Daniel a supply for his classes, and I still have a substantial box, I would guess probably about 500 I brought some in here. I've got the box in my truck. So if anyone like that, see me afterward and I can get you some. Yeah, we did. And in fact, last year I had sort of discouraged people from taking bundles early in the day. I said, please wait till after noon and come back. This year didn't say anything about it. We put them out and we still had a bunch left over. So, which is actually pretty good. That gives us a chance to spread them out through the community through the years. Any questions?
Save some for the
and by the way,
picnic.
the PDF of the booklet will be available for download on the website. So you can get it on your phone or whatever, computer.
Great, thank you, Robert, for that. And it's like I always look forward to that booklet every year, so thank you so much. It's a good service for the community. Let's see, technical and special interest, is Jason on? Okay, so no report from that. He's not here today. Any final updates from the swap meet, Hal or Mike? On the website.
Well, they'll be able to download from the public service page of the website. Right now, the old one is still up there, but I gave Dave the emails that we posted. That probably be easy. But if they really want an email, if they send, I would send an email to me at the public service address. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, Dave will be posting the booklet for download on the public service page of the website. But if you really want to get one emailed to you, send email to me at the public service address for the club. That's in the on the website or in the relay, and then I'll email the PDF back to you.
Okay, swap meet. How many came to the swap? How many were at the swap meet this year? Show of hands. How many don't know what a swap meet is? Well, we had a great turnout, I think, at the swap meet. Even with all the people that were there, I think there still were a few needed slots that needed to be filled. And I don't know, Mike can give a little bit more on that, but we sure appreciate everybody coming out and supporting it. It is our main club event that we keep pushing every year, and it keeps our dues low and allows us to do other things. By all accounts, it looked like for me that we had a pretty full house, and it was full a lot longer than I would have expected from normal time. So it was really a good turnout and a great day, and I hope everybody had a good time and had a lot of fun and picked up some goodies or sold some goodies. We're still waiting the numbers from our treasurer, and I'm sure they'll come along whenever that comes along, but I don't know, as far as attendance and all that, but it looked like it was good. You want to say something, Scott?
We sold 1,338 tickets, and we brought in more money than we did pre-COVID. So we're doing okay.
Doing good. That's great. Does that tickets include the seller registrations and all those, or just that through the door?
That's just the gate.
Just the gate.
Yeah. With the pre-seller and those tickets that I didn't get to the full number.
Okay, great. Well, that's good. Over 1,300 through the gate. That's we're happy with that, and it sure looked like that. And from all everybody kept commenting that they couldn't find a parking spot out in the gold parking lot, and that's a pretty big parking lot. So, hey, thanks all. That's all I had to say. Mike, you want to say anything else? Just remember, next year, we're going to hit you up again.
Thank you, Hal, for that. 1,300 through the gate. That's awesome. Yeah, it looked pretty full all day, so it was a good event. Real good event. Let's see. We have a picnic coming up in August. That's coming up. David, WA7DY, do you have anything for field day? I know that's coming up. That's the next big one.
Well, everyone, if you didn't know, field day is June 24th and 25th. Setup starts on the Friday before, and we will be at Fort Flagler State Park as we've been for the last, I don't know, 40 some years. So all the planning is proceeding apace. Our application is into the park system, and our reservation has been made at the campground. So things are going well. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of you there, making the trek out to Fort Flagler. I'll have more information coming out in the next couple months with more specifics about where to be when. But as I reminded everyone last month, and I think the month before, like, tell all your nieces and nephews, like, they are not allowed to get married that weekend, right? It's like the number one reason. Yeah, when people say, I can't make it, it's always like my niece is getting married. Like come on. So just let them know now. Let them know now. They can do it a week earlier, a week later. It doesn't have to be that weekend. But again, this year we won't have accommodations at the barracks buildings there, so those are not available. Some people have asked me about that. I didn't know if you knew this, but the park is owned by the state, right? So the current status is, 2-3 years ago, they discovered a problem. Maybe this year they'll figure out what they're thinking about, what they might do when they think about what they might do about it. So they're moving slow. So there's no word on that. We will have camping available at the Wagon Wheel Campground for the entire week prior to field day. So starting midday on Monday through midday on the Monday after field day. So if you're up, you have a travel trailer, you have a tent or whatever, you want to come out and camp, you're free to do that. It doesn't cost you anything. The club is paid for that. So if you're interested in that, you can reach out to me. If you guys know Dick Radford, he is our wagon master. If you have his email address, you can reach out to him directly. But I can't remember Dick's. I don't know if Dick's online, but I can't remember his email address off the top of my head. But if you want to send me an email at wa7dy@arl.net, I can connect you with Dick, and we can get a spot reserved for you. So we're looking forward to a good field day. Couple sort of programming notes or like things that I need help with. So I am, again, as every year, looking for two people who can tow fairly largish trailers up to Fort Flagler. So somebody who can tow a trailer up on Friday and tow it back on Sunday. Don't tell them, Gary. So ideally, I would have 2 people who can tow and 1 person who's a backup, who could tow in case something goes wrong. If you're interested in doing that, I can connect you with the details, though I only know enough about towing trailers to be dangerous myself. So I might just confuse you, but we can get connected on that. And then also, I'm happy to report that all of our band chairs from last year are returning, and as well as Manfred, who is our points chair. So thank you to all my band chairs and to Mike, who's running CW Beach. I appreciate that. That's a great load off my mind to know that I have a strong group of people that know what they're doing. So we'll be having a full setup this year. And then, like I said, late this month, maybe early next month, I'll send out a survey to kind of gauge participation. So when you see that, if you wouldn't mind responding, we'll use that to decide how many optional activities we want to take on. Like, for example, if we want to stand up our VHF, UHF station, that's a whole nother tower. It's a little bit of work. So I don't want to do that unless I have enough people to help with setup. So look forward for more information on that, but thanks. Questions? Yes, sir. Hal has said it's our 49th, would be our 50th if we didn't skip 2021 or 2020. We skipped 2 years, that's right.
49 years.
Okay, so 49 years at Fort Flagler, yeah. Yeah, it's nice for me when I submit the permit, they know who I am. radio camp will occur. So in the week before, I mentioned we have that campground for the whole week, right? So there are a fair number of people who will go up on Monday and will participate in something that's become known as radio camp. But basically what we do is it's an opportunity for all of you. I'm sure a bunch of you are in this situation. A lot of people are busy. You have a bunch of portable equipment that maybe you've never used or you've never used to its fullest. The radio camp is a great opportunity to just drag all the toys out, play with them for a few days, get other guys to help you out with stuff. So in the past, we've done things like, I don't know, one year we put up a 700-foot loop antenna around the entire campground, and then dropped the feed line to the shelter and just let anybody who wanted to hook up something to it do whatever they wanted. We've done other projects. One year, Jim K7JGM built his Elecraft KX3 kit, just sat there in his tent for like 2 days and built it, and we just watched in awe. So a lot of good stuff happening if you're interested in doing that. Like I said, that campground's available for the whole week. There will be club members there. We'll be doing various things. But I will say, I think one thing I want to mention, because I got some negative feedback 2 years ago. I do want to mention that some people have come to radio camp and come to field day with maybe a wrong expectation about what it is. So this is not like a summer camp where your mom dropped $1,200 so that you'd have like catered lunch every day, or you know what I mean? Or like there would be like a guide to like direct you. It's pretty motivating and kind of group oriented. You need to kind of talk to people and listen, and and you're going to have to make your own breakfast and stuff. We will have, when I publish the agenda, we will have certain events. We will have a potluck on Friday night. We will provide lunch, hopefully for people during setup. But outside of those specific items on the itinerary, there's nothing else. You're on your own. So I just want to make that clear. I think some people kind of heard radio camp or field day and it's club sponsored, and then they were disappointed, like when there wasn't like a air conditioned van there to pick them up and take them to the bluff, or lunch. They were like, "Where's lunch?" And it's like, "Well, did you bring anything?" So it is pretty, outside of the fixed events, it is pretty informal, right? But a lot of people get together in groups and do various things, like have a cookout or have breakfast together, or do a campfire together. And I do think if you're not aware that it's sort of organically organized, then you might feel kind of left out. And I don't want you to feel left out. So just to be aware. But generally, everybody there is pretty nice, right? So it's a pretty nice group. People are very welcoming. So if you show up and say, "Where's the catered lunch?" They might help you out, maybe. But anyway, so that's it. Like I said, look for more information. Coming over the next month, Mike. The field day program. Oh, the question is, so we'll do a brief on field day at the May club meeting. We won't do it at the June club meeting because that's literally the weekend right before field day. So, yes. No, that was it. So we will do a full briefing of field day, all the activities. We'll show you maps. We'll show you what to expect from the event. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So just for those online, sorry. For those online, there was a comment about how maybe radio. Yeah, there may be a lot of radio interference at radio camp, and if you happen to have an IC 7300 or something else that has or a Baofeng that has a very wide. Yeah. If you have a radio that has a very wide open front end, you may experience descent and/or Dean N7XS may blow up your radio. The reality is that in practice at radio camp, that very rarely happens. Like, you'd be surprised. It does happen, but it is relatively rare. It did happen to me one time. We were all checking into the Wednesday night net from up there, and I have a really cheap radio oddity something or other, and I couldn't check into I kept getting browned out because every time somebody else keyed up, it desensed that radio. But the radio still works fine. So yeah, yeah, exactly. It's a blow you up. That has not happened that we know of. So okay. As Mike said, I guess buy a better radio. Sorry. Yeah. Maybe punch the attenuator button. I don't know. But any other questions about Field Day? Happy to answer. Were there any questions online? I know Ivy's on there, so Ivy probably can answer questions as well. All right. Hearing none. All right. Thanks all.
Thank you, David, for that. And I'm definitely Field Day is probably my most favorite event of the year. So get out there and be involved. Oh man, I love Field Day. Radio camp's fun too. Any committees? What? What just happened? No, Daniel. Oh, hey. It's like actually he was kind of quiet on there. Should we have him repeat his report? Nah. Okay. He's eating a donut. He's too busy. All right. Any committees I didn't call on? Anybody have a report? Nope. Okay. Now we'll get to the old business, and that old business is the March elections. And do we know who's leading that? Is it Manfred? Okay. And we got trustees here to help run it?
Can you hear me? It's Manfred, 87 and now.
You're not coming over.
There we go.
Is it working now?
Yes.
Okay. Good morning again. So shall we lunge right into it, or rather take a short break? Phil, what you prefer?
That might be a good idea. Yeah, increase the volume of the TV. I think that might be a good idea. Okay, you guys, we're gonna take a 5 to 10 minute break. Go get yourself a coffee and a donut, and we'll be back and we'll do the elections.